Welcome back to another episode of Player Perspective. Today we have Munib Niksic, who was the man of the match against the Nashville Knights home opener. How you doing today?
Well, so how are you?
Doing all right. So one of the first questions I wanted to ask you was going into, or when you arrived at the pit, what was going through your mindset? Like as you pulled up, what was going through your mind at that moment?
Pulling up was, let's start on a strong note, right? Last season, we were, of course, finished 11-1, ended up season 12-2, but wanted to just start that off on the right foot and just continue on with that and don't have a setback right at the beginning of the season.
Right. And when you were going into the locker room, I'm sure the vibes were nice and whatnot, but what was the message that Coach Evan sent to you guys before you left the locker room?
Message will start off strong. Message is we determine how we play on our field. We don't let anybody come and take advantage of our home field. Start off strong, follow the game plan, execute the game plan. That's what we did, and that's what we ended up getting a dub.
Once you finally got onto the pitch, the ball's been kicked. What was that like to be out there again for the Golden Lions?
So this is actually my first start on the home field in the 2 years that we've been playing. So it was kind of surreal. It was surreal to start the first home opener of the second season. So it was just kind of, it was nerve-wracking for first about a minute or two. And it was like, all right, everything's settled in, let's go.
Yeah, and that's crazy that you mentioned it's your first start because it didn't take you long to get your first goal for the Golden Lions. 11 minutes in, what was the feeling like to score like very quickly, right off the rip?
Oh, it was great. It was just great because we were like, okay, we're doing exactly what we plan on doing and executing and starting off on a strong foot.
Yeah.
Setting the tone for the match, which is what we wanted to do, what our coaches wanted to do. So just getting that first one in was just like breaking the ice, and it was like, okay, we're good. Let's go.
So I believe it was around the 22nd minute, or 20th, somewhere around there. You scored another one. You got your brace. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you were feeling pretty good. But Nashville Knights responded very quickly within like a minute. How did the team feel? How were the vibes there? How did you think they responded?
Right when they scored, it went 2-1, mm-hmm. And my initial thought was, sheesh, we got to get another one now. And kind of looked around the field, and everyone just for a second like heads dropped, and then we're like, okay, let's pick it up, and we did that right away. I think we responded like 2 or 3 minutes after that. So it was for a split second. It was like it looked like it was just a little bit of a head drop, but then everyone just picked the shoulders up, picked the chin up, and went on forward.
Was there someone that was? I believe Donald was the captain for that game.
Yes.
Did he say anything right after that goal was scored, or how did you guys know? Just to hey, we got to go. We got to forget about it.
I think it was a whole team. Like everyone for a second, as soon as it happened, it was like, yo, what happened? It was kind of like just, when you get the counter punch in a boxing match, when you get the counter punch, you get punched in the chin, you're like, okay. And then you got to pick it right back up, right? So that's kind of what happened. And the whole team just picked themselves back up, dusted the dust off the shoulders, and went on from there.
So you mentioned it's your first start on the home field. Of course, within 24 minutes, you got your first hat trick.
Yes, sir.
What does that mean to get a hat trick on opening night in front of the crowd? What does that mean to you?
Man, I can't explain the feeling. Feeling was very, very surreal. It was kind of nervy as I think he got a fingertip on it, and it was just rolling, and then it hit the post and kind of just went in, and I was ecstatic. My whole team was ecstatic for me, which made it even better. Everyone was just super happy because we kind of realized that. Hat tricks don't come very often, like in soccer. You get 1 or 2 a season, especially like if you're a striker or whatnot. So the fact that it happened at the beginning in like 24 minutes of our home opener was huge. It was just a great feeling for me.
After you scored that third goal, you guys went the rest of the match. You couldn't find the net again. What do you think were the problems with that? Why couldn't you guys find a fourth or fifth even?
See, this is where I wanted to share a message with my team. I didn't get to on Saturday night, but I definitely wanted to. I would take all the praise for the hat trick. I'll take all the praise for the 3 goals that we did, but I'll also take all the, not to say backlash, but I'll also take all the
criticism.
I'll take all the criticism that comes with it also because the team ended up having to fight on the whole match and finish it up 3-1. They had to hold it out, stay strong in the last 15, 20, 30 minutes and really finish out the match, when I could have put it to bed with scoring a fourth or a fifth, which I had the chances to do. So I'll take all the criticism for not putting that game to bed when I should have, but it happens like that. And I'm glad we were able to stay strong and finish out the match and not concede for another, we conceded in the 20th minutes. We didn't concede for probably 70 minutes. So.
Yeah, a very strong defensive hold from the Golden Lions. Of course, you mentioned that Coach Evan wanted you guys to start off strong. You guys started off as strong as you could. You got 3 points. I mean, what's that mean for you going into this long campaign of a season?
I mean, every single point matters. And then getting to 3 points is just huge because we know what it means to playoff contention like it did last year. It was great for us. I don't know if a lot of people noticed, but early on in the game, Coach Evans saw something on the field that made a switch. And made a switch where he switched our right winger with our left back, being he switched Nick to go back to the left back position and switched Amisi from the left back to the right back position.
Okay.
And that's, I think, kind of when the floodgates opened. Nick was really good with defending on the left side and kind of holding possession and extending some plays when he needed to there. But Amisi gave us kind of the electrifying pace and gave us that ability to get in behind really, really well on that right side with some of those balls from AJ coming over top. So that was a great tactical switch that we had coming on early in the game.
Did Coach Evan, did he say why he went ahead and did that switch, or is that just something that's, that's to him? And
I didn't talk to him about it. I don't think anybody's even mentioned it to him, so I don't even know if anybody kind of realized. I'm sure some people realized it, but I realized it as soon as it happened. And after the game, I kind of after every game, whatever, if I play, that night before to go to bed, I kind of sit down and reflect on the game.
Yeah.
It was something I realized. I was like, wow, that kind of really opened the game up. So I'm not sure if anybody even spoke to him about it.
That's fair. We'll have to mention that to him. You guys finished the game 3-1. You beat the Nashville Knights. What were the scenes like in the locker room?
Oh, the locker room was great. Everyone was super hyped for the hat trick. Everyone was super hyped for starting off the season with a big dub, the big 3 points, and really sending a message to the rest of the conference, the rest of the league, that we're not here to play.
Right. I don't want to hold you here too long. So last thing we want to know is what did Coach Evan tell you guys at the end of the match in the locker room?
Coach Evan was super happy with our performance. Overall, as a team, like I said, we almost went down. We went down a goal. We're not down a goal, but they scored on us, kind of putting us on our heels, taking us down 2-1, and then we responded right away. I mean, it wasn't even maybe 5 minutes. We responded right away, and then held the clean sheet for the rest of the match after that. So he was happy with our overall performance, but the message was Tuesday we get back to work. So we did it tonight, relish it, be happy about it, but Tuesday we get right back to work preparing for the next match.
Right. That's all I have for you today, Munib. Thank you so much for coming out. I appreciate it.
Of course, man. Thank you for being here. I appreciate being out here. I appreciate being invited. It was an honor.
No problem, man. Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you. Make sure to follow all our social medias, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.